streaming live on News8000.com. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Carter.
I'm Jeff Andrews.
It is Monday, January 15th, 2024. Snow has come and gone for now, but we are left with some bitter cold.
You wanted snow for your birthday.
Yeah.
How about the coldest day of the year for your birthday?
Right, that's what I'm getting instead. You got to be careful what you wish for, you know?
I know. Boy, that'll be something to tie to you for some time, I think. We've seen colder, but still.
Yeah, it's cold. You got to be careful out there. Bundle up as much as you can, right?
Yes, we have a wind chill advisory. Everybody's included in this. It's through noon on Tuesday. Likely it's going to go beyond that. A warning to the south and west of us. We're close to warning criteria. It's an alert day, and this goes through Tuesday, at least Tuesday morning at this point. The dangerous cold, now exposure doesn't take long either. Frostbite or hypothermia. It's for all of the areas, all of our viewers. At this point, 7 below La Crosse, 13 below Viroqua, Prairie du Chien 14 below, Eau Claire 10 below, 8 below Ladysmith. Combine that with winds, it varies on location. They're on the lighter side, but a little bit of a breeze takes you to this. Feels like 24 below La Crosse, feels like 30 below Viroqua, 23 below Eau Claire. You get the general idea. No real cloud cover for us at this point. Plotting out your day, here's where we're headed. To a fairly sunny 1 for La Crosse. Eau Claire, fairly sunny, and about 1 as well. And some takeaways for you, your headlines, all right? The bitter cold, all right? A cold work week for us. A drier period, too. I'm going to go through all that in detail. I have your full forecast in less than 10 minutes. Alexandra?
We'll see you then, Jeff. Thank you. Time now for the stories that are making headlines this morning. Iowa Republicans are preparing for today's presidential caucuses by putting on extra layers to combat the cold. The weather is by far the coldest day since Iowa started leading the presidential selection process in 1976, and it could have an impact on the outcome. CBS News' Charlie DeMar has the latest on how from Des Moines.
Iowans came out in the sub-freezing cold to attend rallies on the eve of today's Republican caucuses.
This is Iowa. If you don't like the weather, stick around. It'll change in 10 minutes.
I think it's really important to see all the candidates and, get to hear all the perspectives before, making a decision.
The brutal weather has added yet another question mark for the GOP candidates, hoping to build momentum as the presidential race heads into high gear.
So brave the weather and go out and save America, because that's what you're doing.
A new CBS News poll finds former President Donald Trump's support among national Republican primary voters has risen to its highest level yet, even as former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley leads President Biden by a wider margin in a potential general election matchup.
The only way we're going to win the majority of Americans is if we have a new generational leader.
The Iowa caucuses begin at 7 p.m. Central at individual precinct locations across all 99 counties in the state.
Can you handle the wind chill?
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said today's caucuses are more consequential than ever.
It's all about the organization getting people to turn out, and that's not always easy in any caucus, but certainly in a caucus like this, where we're now going to be in the negative 20s.
And if history is a barometer, the last time Iowa Republicans picked their party's eventual nominee was in 2000 with George W. Bush.
CBS News has learned that Donald Trump now has a majority of congressional support among Republicans. There are 24 senators and more than 110 members of the House backing his bid for the GOP presidential nomination. Speaking of those congressional leaders, they've agreed to a new spending bill to keep the government funded through the beginning of March. The new spending bill, unveiled by House Speaker Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, would keep the government funded through March 1st, then be followed by another bill that would keep it open until March 8th. The new legislation is expected to go on the Senate floor tomorrow, and it's expected to replace the current short-term spending bill that expires Friday. U.S. climate envoy John Kerry is expected to step down from his post this spring. The 80-year-old has worn many hats in Washington, including senator for the state of Massachusetts from 1985 to 2013, Secretary of State from 2013 to 2017, and the 2004 Democratic presidential nominee. During his term as climate envoy, Kerry led climate negotiations at 3 international summits. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. That is all it took the La Crosse Fire Department to respond to a structure fire this weekend. Initial reports indicated it was an exterior fire that moved inside a building where residents were struggling to get out. It happened at 159 Copeland Avenue on Saturday night. All residents were able to safely evacuate, and due to the limited damage, they were also able to return to their homes shortly after the fire was extinguished. One minor injury was reported. The fire started from improper disposal of smoking materials, according to fire crews. La Crosse fire crews called to another fire after that one, this one at 1228 4th Street South. The initial dispatch reported an odor of smoke coming from the ceiling of an upper apartment. Fire crews responded and were on scene in 2 minutes and 5 seconds. They say they found the fire in the attic and extinguished it. One resident is temporarily displaced, the American Red Cross assisting with their housing needs. Fire crews say the cause of this fire was electrical. Tax season now just around the corner, and to help get residents ready, the AARP and the Aging and Disability Resource Center are now making appointments for their 2024 tax season assistance program. The program will start February 7th and will run every Wednesday and Friday until April 10th at the Sparta Barney Community Center. It's free and open to low and moderate income residents age 60 and up. If you'd like to participate, you can make an appointment by calling the number you see there at the bottom of your screen. Happening tomorrow, the Onalaska Public Library will host a free performance of the 45-minute play, Meet Dr. King. The play, performed by Bright Star Touring, focuses on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life from his childhood to his I Have a Dream speech. The event is recommended for children between kindergarten and 5th grade. Onalaska High School's 37th annual Show Choir Classic hit a bit of a sour note this year when over 50% of groups had to drop out due to the winter storm that hit the Coulee region. But the show must go on, as they say. The event, originally planned to showcase 21 high school show choirs, 9 high school concert choirs, and 7 middle school groups. During preliminary rounds, the remaining groups performed before finals when the top 6 advanced and the rest were ranked 1 through 6.
The fact that everybody supports each other, it's a very supportive community, and especially all the other local groups here, a lot of the kids know each other, so they definitely are very supportive of each other.
He also added that none of this would be possible without the support of the administration team. The time now is 6:06. Still to come on your morning news, the Labor Department says manufacturing costs came down for the 3rd month in a row in the U.S. We'll tell you why that's a good sign for easing inflation. And soon you may be able to quickly travel between Los Angeles and Las Vegas by high-speed rail. After the break, we'll take a closer look at the new multi-billion-dollar project. That and more coming up. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. NASA and Lockheed Martin are unveiling their new state-of-the-art supersonic aircraft. The aircraft, called the X-59, is designed to be ultra-quiet despite its speed. The experimental plane is expected to cruise at over 930 miles per hour at an altitude of 55,000 feet. That's 1.4 times the speed of sound. The aircraft will allow NASA to evaluate the potential for supersonic passenger travel. For the last 50 years, the U.S. and other countries have banned supersonic flight over land because of the noise created by those loud sonic booms. The only previous supersonic passenger jet was the Concorde, which flew between Europe and New York from 1969 until it was retired in 2003. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news at News 8 Now this morning is after the break.
Have your own 5-star experience at Dahl Auto. News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
It's time for La Crosse's 32nd annual Great Tri-State Rail Sale, with over 300 vendor tables featuring all scales, equipment, and accessories. Saturday, January 27th at the La Crosse Center. Come join us for the 101st annual Snowflake Ski Jumping Tournament, February 2nd and 3rd, County Road P, Westby.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Cold weather and winter winds remind us that old windows and doors are not our friends. New windows and doors, expertly installed by certified installers, bring comfort, convenience, energy savings, and a great new look. Begin now in choosing just the right windows for your home. Order now and avoid the inevitable price increase in the new year. No worries about missing a promotion. The Board Store offers you the best possible price every day and any day. Contact us online or visit our showroom for a prompt free estimate on windows and doors or other home improvements.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-7007. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-7007 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Morning. Working our way to 6:15 on an alert day. It's actually 6:11 right now. Dangerous cold, that's what's behind it. We have an alert day in place through tomorrow morning. It's a dangerous cold. Exposure could result in hypothermia and frostbite. Everybody's a part of this. Here's where we sit right now. Generally in that 5 to 10 below. If there's some spots even chillier than that, like Viroqua, 13 below. Black River Falls and Sparta, 10 below. In La Crosse, 7 below, 10 below in Eau Claire. This is what it feels like with the wind, 23 below in Eau Claire. La Crosse, 24 below. Closer to 30 below, 28 below. Prairie du Chien, Decorah, Iowa is 30 below right now. Not much in the way of cloud cover, thin higher clouds. Hopefully you're not out waiting for the school bus today. There are usually ladies out waiting for the city bus out in front of our building. I hope they took the day off. 15 below with sunshine, hour from now roughly. Pickup time, potentially with some sunshine about 1. It's a wind chill advisory in place. I'm going to show you when we look to work our way out of this, and is snow potential. We'll go through that. I have your full forecast. It's coming up in less than 5 minutes.
In your consumer news this morning, you've heard of designer purses that cost thousands of dollars, maybe even backpacks, briefcases, shoes, etc. But what about a $3,000 sandwich bag? Take a look. Fashion house Louis Vuitton is releasing this high fashion sandwich bag. The piece is the brainchild of musician and producer Pharrell Williams, who was named Men's Creative Director of the fashion house last year. The sandwich bag is made of cowhide leather and is available exclusively at the fashion giant's West Hollywood store. The nation's highest court is agreeing to hear a case related to Starbucks' struggle with unionized workers. The U.S. Supreme Court says it'll hear an appeal to a previous ruling in favor of those unionized workers. In August 2022, a judge ruled that Starbucks had to rehire 7 workers it accused of security violations. The violations in question involved the workers allowing media into a store after hours to announce the launch of their union. New numbers are showing inflation is easing in the U.S. Data from the Labor Department shows producer prices fell 0.1% in December. That might not seem significant, but it does mark the 3rd straight month of decreases. It's also lower than expected. Experts were predicting a 0.2% gain. The Producer Price Index is often considered a weather vane for inflation, as it shows average price shifts before they reach consumers. A new high-speed rail connecting Las Vegas to Los Angeles has officially been given the green light to start hiring thousands of California and Nevada union workers. The 218-mile project is scheduled to begin construction this summer and could be finished as soon as the summer of 2028. Jacqueline Schultz gives us a closer look at the massive project.
Lay all the groundwork, make sure we're good. We'll have the ironworkers put concrete. Every craft has their position. It's just much like football. Everybody has their position to play.
This is where the work will start. The plot of land off Warm Springs and Las Vegas Boulevard, set to be the future home of the Las Vegas Brightline station. The 218-mile project connecting the valley to Southern California needs an army of workers to get done in 4 years. The Department of Labor came to town this week to meet with Nevada and California trade unions. What's the plan to hire 11,000 people?
For Southern Nevada, we're looking at roughly 3,000 projects finishing, like the Sphere, Durango Station, Fontainebleau, F1 has came and gone. We've been waiting for something big to come, and this is it.
In December, President Biden announced $3 billion in federal funding for the project. Saavedra says money really made things move. Unions in Southern Nevada and California will start hiring. Saavedra says this summer, Nevada workers will start at the future station and make their way around 50 miles to the state line. They'll work in 8-hour shifts, more if necessary along the 15. The layout will mimic construction in the Tropicana project, but with a much more narrow footprint. In California, trade unions there say soon they will start work at multiple sites at once. Eventually, Nevada and California teams will meet and connect. The goal is to make it all a reality by summer 2028 when the Olympics come to L.A. Commissioner Michael Naft, who's been pushing the project for years, says there's no more red tape for workers to begin.
Things like the entitlement process and land use issues for both the station and the rail line are taken care of. Rights of way issues have been resolved. There's so much groundwork that has gone into this project that now it truly is shovel ready to build what is the most exciting transportation project in the United States right now.
That does it for your morning consumer news. The time now is 6:16. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Jeff Andrews for a look at today's forecast. I know you would like a high-speed shuttle, maybe to Madison or something. That'd be convenient, wouldn't it?
That wouldn't be a bad idea. How about maybe to Florida for a little bit here? Wind chill advisory in place, the entire state. See to the south and west, they have a warning. Our advisory in place at this point through tomorrow. It's an alert day. We have that through tomorrow as well. Exposure could lead to frostbite, hypothermia. Everybody is a part of that, the alert day and also the advisory. 7 below right now in La Crosse, feels like 24 below. Our wind west, it's close to about 10 miles an hour. That's generally what the winds are right now. Eau Claire 10 below, it feels like 23 below with just a little bit of a wind. A few spots are showing calm. The wind's on the lighter side, but once again, it doesn't take much. All right, it leads to this. I almost think it's quicker than this. Statistically speaking, when it's 0, which we're below that, 30 minutes exposed skin to frostbite, 15 below, which is closer to where we're at right now, 15 minutes. Once again, I think it's even quicker than that. Some of the signs, your skin feels cold, that makes sense. Tingles, numbness, your skin may feel kind of rubber-like. As far as the color, white, pale, bluish gray, all of the above. Across the country right now, it's really about the cold. Look how far south it is. This is Louisiana. They actually have a winter weather advisory all the way to the Gulf. They're getting snow, freezing rain in there, or a wintry mix and all that. That's how far deep that cold air mass is. For us, it's mainly clear skies, some higher thin clouds as we go through our day today. On Sky Tracker, a little bit of sunshine, I guess, helps a little bit. We start out tomorrow, kind of the same situation as well, but notice there'll be some higher clouds along the way too. Now, as far as the snow, it's a dry stretch for us this week. takes us all the way, it's even trending drier. Last night I was seeing a little bit as far as some potential snow during the week. Here's Friday morning. Perhaps we could see a dusting creep into our area, and that's really about it. The winds, as far as the gusts as we go through the day, generally you see about 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts out of the west-northwest. All part of that wind chill, and that's going to be the situation when we get into our Tuesday morning as well. Almost looks even windier for some spots on our Tuesday. I'm going to say we're going to be fairly consistent with the winds, really, as we go through the next handful of days as far as what it's going to feel like. Here's this morning. As we get later on in the afternoon, technically a little better as opposed to 25, 30 below is 15 to 20 below later on as we finish out our daylight hours today. Tomorrow morning, kind of the same situation as well. We're going to be sub-zero as we start out our day. All right, this is good news though. Climatologically speaking, over the 10-day stretch, we're back to above normal temperatures with 80 to 90% certainty. Bring it on. All right, alert day 1, our high today, dropping down to 10 below tonight. Looks like partly cloudy skies for our Tuesday and alert day up to 5. We're below zero every night through the course of this work week. And finally, some legitimate relief when we get to the upcoming weekend. Alexandra?
34 has never looked better. Thank you, Chad. Time now is 6:19. Still to come on your morning news. New research is revealing many Americans are not receiving the recommended amount of vitamin D. Coming up, we'll take a look at how a vitamin D deficiency can affect your body and how to find out if you have one.
Coming up in sports, the Packers in the playoffs. Green Bay traveled to Dallas to take on the Cowboys, and the team did not disappoint. I'll have full highlights of that one coming up in the Morning Blitz.
We've done many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it is showing some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
I've been helping people get out of debt for many years. And I know this, that consolidation loans and moving debt around isn't the best way to do it. Think of your debt as a pile of garbage. If you move it from here to here, guess what? Still a pile of garbage. We might be able to make it smell sweeter with a lower rate or a lower payment, but it's still garbage. You need a garbage disposal to get rid of debt. Come see me, I'll help you install one.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
With winter here, our job hasn't changed. The First Warn Weather Team is always ready to keep you safe and ahead of winter's worst. And you can always get us no matter where you are.
Keeping you safe. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Home furniture. There's no place like home.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. What a playoff game we had yesterday. The Green Bay Packers going into Dallas as the 7th seed, and they break the Cowboys' 16-game home win streak. It was a total team effort, and the game really wasn't even that close. Let me show you. Jordan Love trying to become the first Packers QB to win a playoff game in their first season as the starter, and he was locked in from the very beginning. First drive of the game, second down, Love dropping back, buying time, goes to the middle of the field, and it's Romeo Doubs making the grab at the 50-yard line. A few plays later on third down, they give it to Aaron Jones, takes it in from 3 yards out. Packers go up 7. How would the defense do? Well, they would come up big on 3rd and 5. Jair Alexander coming away with a big interception. Packers take over. Offense trying to capitalize. 2nd and goal, they give it to Jones. Second effort, dives into the end zone. Packers go up 14. Then, with under 4 to go in the half, Love on 3rd and 7 off his back foot and throws a perfect pass right to Dontavian Wicks for the 20-yard touchdown. Packers go up 20. Cowboys trying to score before the half, but Dak Prescott is going to be picked up off by Darnell Savage, and Savage is going to take this one all the way for a Green Bay touchdown. Are you serious? Packers go up 27. Second half now, Cowboys closing the gap, but the Packers offense has other plans. Love connects with Doubs again, and Doubs takes this one up the field all the way to the 15-yard line. A few plays later on the 9, Jones takes the handoff, hits the hole, and he's in for his 3rd score of the game. Packers go up 24, but they weren't done. Still in the 3rd quarter, Love on 1st and 10, throws it up, going deep, and that's Luke Musgrave coming down with it. Nobody even close to him, takes it in for the 38-yard score. The Packers would go on to win it 48-32 in a dominating wild card win. It was a true team effort all around tonight, and the Packers proved they are for real.
Trying to hide some smiles. It's a party in the locker room right now, but you know, it feels great. That's really all I can say.
Because we believe in each other. We have faith in each other, and we know we have all the weapons in the building, in that room. However you want to put it, we have all the weapons that we need on this team. People can continue to doubt us, but that's fine. We love the underdog mentality. We love the underdog approach. And clearly, what are people going to say next, you know?
All right, NBA action. Bucks hosting the Kings, up 2 with 8 seconds left. But De'Aaron Fox ties this game up. We're going to overtime. In overtime, Kings up 4. Fox gets the steal and throws down the dunk. Bucks trail by 6, but they weren't out of it yet. Giannis goes to the corner. Pat Connaughton wide open, knocks it down. We're all tied up. Now Milwaukee up 1, but Kevin Huerter open for 3. Sacramento goes back on top. And it's a 4-point game with 15 seconds left. Giannis to the corner. Brook Lopez knocks it down. It's a 1-point game. 5 seconds left. Bucks down 2. Lillard going up the court. Pull up 3. Dame time. Lillard beats the buzzer and gives Milwaukee the win, 143-142. Dame had the team high with 29 points. I will have more on the Packers later tonight, but that'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you then.
It's time for the King Furniture 72-hour sale. So for 72 hours, everything in our store is going to be on sale. Incredible markdowns throughout our entire showroom. It's the King Furniture 72-hour sale. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
For a state-of-the-art after-sales experience for your Audi, other high-end and European vehicles, there's one place to go. Maury's Audi in Onalaska. Highly trained Audi-specific technicians will take care of your vehicle while you wait in an exclusive cafe and lounge. Schedule today.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
If you want the best dental care ever, come to Grand River Dental. They will take care of you. They put you in control of your own treatment. It was like over and done with in a short amount of time. You'll walk out of here feeling great and probably wanting more work done because they do such an awesome job. I mean, look at how pretty these look. It'll change your life.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see me. Come down for a free consultation.
For nourished, lightweight hair, the right ingredients make all the difference. New Herbal Essences is now packed with plant-based ingredients your hair will love, like pure aloe and camellia flower oil, and none of the things it won't. Hair feels deeply nourished, soft.
When your vehicle needs service, go to Maury's VW in Onalaska. Competitive rates and highly trained automotive technicians will have your Volkswagen or other domestic vehicles back on the road. While you wait, feel the friendly, upbeat, and engaging energy flow of our service lounge. Schedule today.
It's time for the King Furniture 72-hour sale. So for 72 hours, everything in our store is going to be on sale. Incredible markdowns throughout our entire showroom. It's the King Furniture 72-hour sale. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
The 8000 Plus app. Stream on your time. The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. A quick alert for you. The sub-zero temperatures are causing a few schools to start 2 hours late this morning. Those schools include the DeSoto School District, the Eastern Alamaki Community School District, the Prairie du Chien School District, as well as Seneca School District and the Wazeeka-Steuben School District. Again, those are on a 2-hour delay this morning. Turning now to some medical news. New research is showing that many Americans do not receive the recommended amount of vitamin D. Mandy Gaither takes a closer look at how a vitamin D deficiency can affect your body and how to know if you're not getting enough of it.
It can come from fortified foods, and exposure to the sun can also help our bodies make vitamin D. When we don't have enough of it, there can be a significant impact on health.
Skeletal issues, muscle function issues, immune system compromise, potential links to chronic diseases, and mental health effects.
Dr. Matthew Goldman with Cleveland Clinic says this time of year, when there's less sun exposure, people are at higher risk for vitamin D deficiency, and many of the symptoms are often overlooked, including fatigue, bone or joint pain, muscle weakness, muscle cramping, and mood changes. If you're concerned you may be deficient, Goldman says to see a doctor for an accurate diagnosis and treatment options.
The 25-hydroxy vitamin D blood test is the most reliable method for diagnosing vitamin D deficiency.
Once you're aware of a deficiency, Goldman says you can do something about it. Eat vitamin D-rich foods like fatty fish, egg yolks, cheese, mushrooms, and milk. Healthy amounts of sun exposure and dietary supplements can also help.
The recommended daily allowance for most adults is 600 to 800 international units, but some individuals may require higher doses, especially if they're deficient. It's important to follow your healthcare provider's recommendations and guidance because high doses of vitamin D can lead to toxicity.
People at a higher risk of developing a vitamin D deficiency include older adults, people with darker skin, people who are obese, and those who have chronic conditions that can affect the body's ability to absorb it. Some of those include Crohn's disease, celiac disease, and kidney disease. New data from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is showing that flu cases dropped earlier this month. Despite the dip, medical experts say cases typically do drop around the holidays and warn that the winter months are when flu cases will spike. This comes as the CDC is predicting that flu hospitalizations this year will be quite similar to what we saw last year. This also comes as the CDC is reporting that fewer than half of all Americans got their flu shot this year. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is recommending marijuana be removed from one of the nation's most restrictive category of drugs. Currently, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration classifies marijuana as a Schedule I drug. That's the same category as heroin, LSD, and ecstasy. According to the DEA, drugs in this grouping do not have an accepted medical use and have a higher risk of being abused. In their report, the FDA scientists did note that people can become dependent on the drug, but concluded, quote, the likelihood of serious outcomes is low. Radon is the leading cause of lung cancer for non-smokers, according to the American Lung Association. Yet many people are not fully aware of the dangers of the odorless and colorless gas. During this Radon Action Month, experts are trying to save lives by raising awareness. Michael George reports.
Bonnie Mueller was shocked to learn she had stage 4 lung cancer.
I was told I had lung cancer in my left lung. It had metastasized to my liver and my lymph nodes and my pancreas, and I had a lump on my breast.
The mother of 3 was a runner and a non-smoker.
They asked if I had ever been exposed to radon, and 10 years ago, I didn't even know what that was. I wasn't even on my radar for something.
Radon is an odorless, colorless radioactive gas that's naturally released from rocks, soil, and water. Bonnie is from Minnesota, which has a cold climate. Radon levels there are 3 times higher than the national average. Radon levels are usually higher in homes during the winter months when temperatures freeze the ground, trapping the gas in the soil.
And the radon at our cabin was off the charts. It was so high.
It's estimated that radon causes about 21,000 lung cancer deaths in the United States each year.
So the only way to know if it's in your home is to test for it.
The CDC recommends testing your home if it's never been, or if radon levels are unknown, if you're buying or selling a home, before and after any renovations, or if you spend more time in the basement. At-home tests cost $10 to $12 and can be purchased at the hardware store, something Mueller wishes she knew about sooner.
The devastating effects of cancer, if there's any way to prevent it by doing a simple test, do it.
She shares her story to raise awareness.
The EPA also recommends contacting your state radon program if you need help finding a qualified professional to test for radon or fix your home. With sub-zero temperatures hitting the Coulee region, people need to be aware of the risks it brings, like frostbite and hypothermia. Frostbite happens when skin or underlying tissue freezes, especially in extreme cold. The director of Tri-State Ambulance explains their protocol when they encounter someone with frostbite.
What we want to do is remove them from the environment, start the rewarming process, get their wet clothing off, get them warm and dry, and then transport to an appropriate facility.
Wendell also adds people should be cautious if they're outside late at night. The freezing temperatures didn't keep people from hitting the snowmobile trails this weekend. After a long season with minimal snow, riders are eager to spend some time outside. Of course, it's important to dress for the weather, including appropriate undergarments, jackets, boots, and gloves. One driver we spoke with explains what makes him want to snowmobile during these harsh temperatures.
Well, when you have all the good gear on, the nice boots and pants and jacket, you got a heated helmet and good gloves, and you get to see scenery out there. Like today we saw several deer running through the snow, and then you get to see the nice crisp scenery around here. So it's really nice to get out and do something.
Well, that sounds nice. The time now is 6:36. Here's News 8 meteorologist Jeff Andrews to tell us what to expect on our morning commute. Expect to be cold, right, Jeff?
Exactly. As you see, it's an alert day. Caution. Make sure you're prepped, your vehicle is prepped when you're out, or heading out rather. Should have a decent amount of sunshine today. That's one of the upsides as far as the temperatures. Here's where we're sitting right now. 10 below Sparta, La Crosse, 7 below, 10 below in Eau Claire, Rochester off to the west, 13 below. You get the general idea. 13 below Prairie du Chien as well. With the wind, this is what it feels like. Quite a variety. 10 below Sparta, then you see Prairie du Chien 25 below. It feels like 24 below in La Crosse, 23 below Eau Claire. Minimal cloud cover at this point. Here's where we're headed today. Yeah, 1. Wind chill advisory in place on an alert day. The winds west-northwest 10 to 15, gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour. Tonight, about 10 below the overnight low. probably not quite as like this morning. Eau Claire with a high of 1 today under mostly sunny skies, dropping to 7 below tonight with the winds continuing. It's a wind chill advisory. It's through Tuesday at this point. I'm going to look through the rest of the week, let you know what to expect. I have your full forecast next. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
It's almost time to vote for Best of La Crosse County. Voting begins in every category February 1st. We'll announce all the winners on April 1st. Go to bestoflacrossecounty.com to learn more.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
Are you or a loved one having troubles getting in and out of the bathtub safely? Has the high cost of remodeling left you without options? I'm Tim with Tri-State Tub to Shower Conversions, and I've been serving the Tri-State area since 1992. And I would love to make your bathing experience safe and affordable. We use your existing tub and remove the front section for easy accessibility. And for an affordable cost, call today.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
Hi folks, Harvey Wood of Wood Sales and Service here. It all started with steel chainsaws 55 years ago. Wood Sales is now one of the largest family-owned and operated outdoor power equipment dealers in the Coulee region. We feature a large selection of products and services. Find Steel, Cub Cadet, Altos, Rambo e-bikes, Coyote tractors and implements, Valley forestry equipment, Central wood boilers, Green Mountain pellet grills. Wood Sales and Service, Black River Falls. Family-owned and operated for 55 years. WoodSalesService.com.
It's almost time to vote for Best of La Crosse County. Voting begins in every category February 1st. We'll announce all the winners on April 1st. Go to bestoflacrossecounty.com to learn more.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Thanks for being with us. Monday morning, new day, new week. Weather not necessarily new. It's 6:40 right now, almost 6:41, so we're getting close to 6:45. Wind chill advisory. The entire area is through noon. Warning to the south and the west. We have an alert day in place. This is through Tuesday morning. At this point, likely going to be longer than that. Exposure could lead to frostbite, hypothermia, and some other issues. All right, hypothermia, some signs. It may surprise you a little bit. Confusion, shivering. Some of these are interesting. Difficulty speaking, sleepiness, and finally stiff muscles. So certainly watch for that. Here's a way to get your weather alerts anytime. I suggest you download our app, the News 8000 First Warn Weather app. It's free. Google Play and also the Apple App Store. Once again, it's free. Get your weather anytime, anywhere on the go. That works out pretty good. It's 7 below in La Crosse right now. It feels like 24 below. Winds out of the west, about 10 miles an hour, most locales right now. Eau Claire, 10 below, feels like 23 below with a little bit of a wind. See the winds across the area. Generally, it looks like they're out of the west, 5-10 miles an hour. And once again, it doesn't take much to give us that bitter cold wind chill. Across the country right now, This is one thing that jumps out, okay? You gotta look to the bottom of your screen. Here's Arkansas. Snow heavy in some spots in Tennessee. They're actually seeing some snow in northern Louisiana in some spots. They have a weather advisory in place. They're not prepared for that at all. They can't remove the snow, and that's just the start of it, really. Mainly clear skies for us. We'll have some passing clouds as we go through our Monday. High thin clouds, generally speaking, taking you into our Tuesday, tomorrow morning at this time, kind of the same situation as well. As far as any kind of snow this week, it's going to be a pretty dry week for us. Later on, towards Friday, so we're trending towards maybe a dusting, and that's really about it at this point. Now, as far as our wind gusts, I'm talking 20 to 30 mile an hour gusts. Here's a look at this afternoon. You see gusts, and it just happens to be at this point in time, 18 mile an hour gusts, La Crosse, Eau Claire 20. It's generally in that vicinity, adding that bitter cold wind chill. Tomorrow morning, similar situation as well. Our winds are going to be gusting anywhere from 15 to 25 miles an hour. So this is not going away all that quick. What it feels like as we get going today, 25 to 35 below. Later on this afternoon, we're generally in the 15 to 20 below with the wind chill later on this afternoon. And tomorrow morning, we start out generally same situation, 25 to 35 below. Wednesday morning, we're still dealing with this. All right, the cold upper air mass. Now, the winds are wrapping around and bringing that cold Canadian air into our neighborhood. We get later on in the week and it dips back down again, so it's like another round, not quite as intense as what we're dealing with right now. But look, as we get towards the weekend, got a nice ridge building in here, and that's going to add to some warmer weather for us. All right, I want to show you in your 8-day forecast. You can see that. All right, not today. 1 on an alert day. 10 below as we start our Tuesday. An alert day on our Tuesday, fairly sunny, up to 5. I want to jump all the way to next Monday with the 34 for the high temperature at that point. Alexandra?
Eating healthy is a top resolution, of course, year after year, but as we all know, it's a lot easier said than done. This morning, we're joined by Mayo Clinic dietitian Jamie Pronshinsky. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being with us. So, New Year's resolutions can seem overwhelming, especially when it comes to nutrition. You hear so many different things, you know. Eat carbs, don't eat carbs, count calories, count macros. Conflicting information everywhere. What is like a simple place where people could start?
Yeah, I'm typically recommending that people start with small changes, as these are more sustainable. I think a pitfall is people try to focus on too much all at once, and that's overwhelming, and they give up. One small change that I often recommend is people work on increasing their intake of fruits and vegetables. It's a small change, yet really impactful. These fruits and vegetables are very full of nutrients, and they're low in calories, which can help us eat healthy, yet stay within our calorie goals.
Nothing too crazy either,
Right.
something people can reach for pretty easily at the
Right.
grocery store.
Exactly.
Okay, great.
Any other pitfalls? You addressed one. That was the first thing I was thinking. Easier said than done, kind of, but you answered part of that. But any other pitfalls?
Yeah, I think I'm recommending that people avoid diets that are like overly restrictive, too few calories, or exclude entire food groups.
Okay.
These diets usually don't have enough calories or nutrients for good health, and any weight loss that we might see on those restrictive diets is typically regained once we stop those diets.
Harder to stick to too, I'm sure.
Right, yes.
Okay. So now we're a few weeks into the new year. Some people may have, you know, had plans to start eating healthy this year. Maybe they've been derailed already. Maybe they're thinking they'll start next year. What's your message to them?
Yeah, I think it's never too late to start, you know, healthy eating, good nutrition. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay, great. So get started. It's okay. Get back on the wagon.
Right.
I hear so much about a lot of people recommend cutting sugar completely out of your diet. That seems like, I mean, yeah, I'd like to, but is that even doable? I mean, that's outrageous, really.
Right, and I think those aren't sustainable or realistic changes. Maybe just less. I think it's important we eat our favorite foods, but in moderation, right?
Cheat days, maybe in moderation too.
Yeah, you know, when people tell me they have cheat days, I think their diet pattern is probably too restrictive. If we need cheat days, then I think we're not eating our favorite foods often enough to make that a sustainable diet approach. And I think the idea of cheat days tends to lead to that all or nothing thinking, right? Like we're either on plan or we're not. And I don't think that sets us up for a good, healthy relationship with food either.
Right, right. You know, some people, maybe they're doing cheat days once a week. So if they are, then you maybe
we say maybe add some more things back into your
Right.
everyday diet?
Less restrictive, yeah.
Okay, okay, great advice there. We're seeing Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro kind of everywhere in the media.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that? Should people be, you know, beginning of the year, trying to get a prescription to that to control their cravings? Should they try it themselves? What are your thoughts there?
Right, it's like you can't look anywhere and not see a commercial for a weight loss medication, and I think they can be very effective tools in addition to diet and lifestyle changes. And I think, you know, it doesn't replace healthy eating and exercise when we think about the health benefits. And if you're considering a weight loss medication, certainly talk with your healthcare provider to make sure it's a safe and appropriate option. And with weight loss medications, see if you can work with a dietitian so we can assist you making those diet and lifestyle changes, not just for weight loss, but for overall good health.
Okay.
Some catchy jingles with medications too. That was one of the first things that popped in my head. Oh, that's a good way to reel you in.
I am thinking of one right now. Yes. All right, Jamie. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
Stay with us. We're back with more news after the break.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, I'm here in Des Moines, Iowa. Team coverage of the Iowa caucus, the first votes in the nation. We're going to hear what matters to voters out there, what they're concerned about. Plus, Republican presidential candidate Ron DeSantis making his final pitch. He will join us live. And David Begnaud, back there in New York, is going to be on the road again. We sent him to a surprise city in search of a story. And what did he find? Well, how about this? A chef who was once homeless and is now serving up hope to his community. And finally, award-winning, multi-talented Tina Fey talks with Gail about bringing the musical remake of her hit classic Mean Girls back to the big screen. Count me excited. All that and more at 7.
Hardee's Double Deals start at $2.99. Choose a double cheeseburger, bacon double cheeseburger, or new barbecue bacon double cheeseburger. $2.99 never looked so good. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Does your home have a crawl space? When cold weather arrives, that can mean cold floors, frozen pipes, and higher energy bills. Protect your family and keep the cold air out this winter with Expert Crawl Space Sealing by American Waterworks. Sealing keeps your crawl space clean, protects pipes, and insulates your home, so floors are warmer and energy bills are lower. A sealed crawl space means a nicer home. Don't wait. Call American Waterworks today.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too. Jardiance may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to a sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction, and don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with the sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with the big story to tell.
In America, every day can be an adventure. That's why we created the Ford Explorer, an SUV for adventures big and small. It's designed to see what you can't with an available 360-degree camera and voice-activated Sync 3 to stay connected. Plus, it's the all-time best-selling SUV in America. Be adventure ready with Ford Explorer. Now, get a new 2023 Ford Explorer with 1.9% financing for 66 months, plus $3,000 flex by cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Telling the stories of our community. We're always on and where you can find us. News 8 Now. Expect more.
Home furniture. There's no place like home.
Welcome back. It's 6:51. Time for your morning news now. The cold weather is causing a few schools to start 2 hours late this morning. That includes the DeSoto School District, the Eastern Alamaty Community School District, and the Prairie du Chien School District. as well as the Seneca School District and the Wazeeka-Steuben School District. All of those schools mentioned on a 2-hour delay. Well, 2 minutes and 6 seconds is all it took the La Crosse Fire Department to respond to a structure fire this weekend. Initial reports indicated it was an exterior fire that moved inside a building where residents were having a hard time getting out. It happened at 159 Copeland Avenue. All residents were eventually able to get out safely, and then, due to the limited damage, they were able to return to their homes shortly after the fire was extinguished. One minor injury was reported. The fire started from improper disposal of smoking materials, according to fire crews. La Crosse fire crews called to another fire after that one, this one at 1228 4th Street South. The initial dispatch reported an odor of smoke coming from the ceiling of an upper apartment. Fire crews responded and were on scene in 2 minutes and 5 seconds for this one. They say they found the fire in the attic and extinguished it. One resident is temporarily displaced. The American Red Cross is helping them with their housing needs. Fire crews say the cause of this one was electrical. With sub-zero temps hitting the Coulee region, people need to be aware of the risks that it brings, like frostbite and hypothermia. Frostbite happens when skin or underlying tissue freezes, especially in extreme cold. The director of Tri-State Ambulance explains their protocols when they encounter someone with frostbite.
What we want to do is remove them from the environment, start the rewarming process, get their wet clothing off, get them warm and dry, and then transport to an appropriate facility.
He also says people should be cautious late at night. Well, tax season is just around the corner. If you need some help, the AARP and the Aging and Disability Resource Center are now making appointments for their 2024 Tax Season Assistance Program. The program will start on February 7th and will run every Wednesday and Friday until April 10th at the Sparta Barney Community Center. It's free and open to low and moderate income residents age 60 and up. If you want to participate, make an appointment by calling the number you see there at the bottom of your screen. Happening tomorrow, the Onalaska Public Library will host a free performance of the 45-minute play, Meet Dr. King. The play, performed by Bright Star Touring, focuses on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life from his childhood up to his I Have a Dream speech. The event is recommended for kids between kindergarten and 5th grade. Onalaska High School's 37th annual Show Choir Classic hit a bit of a sour note this year when over 50% of groups had to drop out due to the winter storm that hit the Coulee region, but the show must go on, as they say. The event originally planned to showcase 21 high school show choirs, 9 high school concert choirs, and 7 middle school groups. During preliminary rounds, the remaining groups performed before finals when the top 6 advanced. The rest were ranked 1 through 6.
The fact that everybody supports each other. It's a very supportive community, and especially all the other local groups here, a lot of the kids know each other, so they definitely are very supportive of each other.
He also adds none of this would be possible without the support of the administration team in Onalaska.
I'm carrying around a tremendous amount of guilt, Alexandra. I'm the purveyor of bad news. All right, here's our day. Sunshine. By 11 o'clock, 3 below. West wind's about 10, and we'll creep just above. Likely 1 for the high. La Crosse on an alert day. Alert day again tomorrow. And really, I could see us extending that through the rest of the work week. It gets better the upcoming weekend, and I see some light. Next Monday, back above freezing. So hope. Yes. Yeah. And let them eat cake.
Yes, or bagels.
Or bagels, yes.
If you're looking for a breakfast idea, break out the cream cheese and plug in the toaster. It's National Bagel Day. Although it's widely associated with New York City, the bagel originated in Poland in the 1600s. Immigrants from that country, many of whom were Jewish, eventually brought the bagel to New York. The bagel became popular in the city that never sleeps. Today is widely seen as a symbol of New York. To celebrate the day, a number of nationwide chains are offering deals on bagels, including Caribou Coffee and Panera Bread. So we don't have bagels, but we do have some cake, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We've got some chocolate cake.
That'll work.
So
toast to Alexandra.
Yeah, happy to be spending my birthday with you all this morning.
Yeah.
And thanks to Miles and Andrew for bringing the cake to life. So I guess we'll dive in.
That's our breakfast. Yes, indeed.
Head out. A big piece of chocolate cake, just what the doctor ordered, though, I think.
Well, at least you can cut it better than trying to shovel snow.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us this morning. We will see you back here at noon. Stay safe and warm out there.